never a cap, out of the draft, watching me ball. Soon as I snap, hit of the pack, walk for the sack, shaking them all, breaking them off, talking my talk, walking my wall like I do. Sit on the throne, get in the zone, turn it on, must be the shoes, must be the team, must be the camp, must be the crew. You need to win, who need to win, that's all we do. I've been a king and I've been about mine, never could doubt mine. They running the route, I leave them outline when I hit them. We just stick on, spin move, in zone, let's go. From sideline to touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. We just stick on, spin move, in zone, let's go. From sideline to touchdown, I put on a show. I had to kick off and go. I had to kick off and go. Putting it down for that. Time I was down and out. Had to bring grinding back. Doing the drills and working the wheel where you're grinding at. You know what it be. Playing this here for the keeps. Had to make out with a feast. A family to feed. Third cold where the trophy should be. EA got me in the game now. Breathe on with the game now. They're here with a lane now. My home second with a rain now. Legendary on the field. Kinda drip as a skill. It's the highest cruiser bill. Ain't nothing to the hill.
It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs. From the 10. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
At their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Murray now. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6.
Third down.
Here's Murray. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. On fourth down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. They'll come up second and 6 now from the 24. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll get this one up to the 26.
Alvin Kamara.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. They go play action with Jackson. And he's got his man Hilton. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That third down conversion good for 23.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. Timmy Jernigan, the Florida State man, in on the stop.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did.
Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. There he goes left side. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And finally out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be fielded. It's a touchback and comes out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
There's Jalen Reagor, his first NFL catch. Touchdown, Houston. Jalen Reagor, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Texans have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. 4 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
6 yards there. 1st down, Kansas City. 2nd quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Kamara. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. 2nd and 9 from the 44. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 36.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
On the handoff.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
At the 29-yard line.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
You got tight right there. Deuce. Report.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 2nd and 11 now. Murray. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Man open, it's Moss, complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards the 2-minute warning.
1st down.
1st down, Murray. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
21 yards.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the Chiefs' 34-yard line. On 2nd and 9, Murray dancing to his left.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. To throw is Murray. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's fourth down.
And based on my math, they've only converted one time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And this one is right down Broadway. And that moves them up by a touchdown now at 17-10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Kamara, the ball carrier.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had his eyes on that one being bigger.
Alvin Kamara on the handoff. He's brought down at the 31.
The Texans here on third down, putting an extra defender in the secondary. The busy night continues for Kamara. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on third and medium. Proved to be the right call. First and 10.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Jackson on first down. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 42-yard line.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Lambeau set to kick off.
We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
To the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
A loss of 1.
Well, they have had success when he keeps the ball running it, but not in that situation. I mean, I think we got an example of why NFL coaches really don't like their quarterback in the running game.
Because whether he keeps it or not, he's likely going to take a hit, isn't he?
No doubt about it. And defenses, they're looking to put that hit on quarterback.
Trying to lay one up deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time. Forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 17-yard line.
On 2nd down, here's Murray. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. The Kansas City defense, tough to throw on there. And now it's 4th down. Casey Hayward, the Pro Bowler, there to knock it away.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
21-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. It got his man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That's a 1st down and then some, a 32-yard pickup. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30 and down to the 19-yard line. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Now, that was a designed run. Now, remember, if a quarterback goes feet first, he's protected. But if he dives head first, he's not. On that play, he figured the risk was worth the reward.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Lamar Jackson keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown.
The kick is blocked.
The quarterback run has eaten him up all game long, and there he goes again, this time into the end zone.
And what I like about what I'm seeing, absolutely running almost with impunity. He's not worried about his body. He's not worried about sliding. He's not worried about protecting himself. He's worried about getting yardage. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got to start figuring out what these blocking schemes are and finding ways to defeat them.
34-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
And that's caught inside the 35. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And a short gain down to about the 33. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Murray. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 43-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Jack Crawford. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Bradley Pena now. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. Fights forward for only about a yard after the 21.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The 21-yard line.
They'll go again with Dobbins. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Murray. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Danico Autry in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
A great return there of 22 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
4-yard line.
Good footwork at the 30. 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Lamar Jackson, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the fourth. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And they will watch this one land in the end zone. That'll be a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on it. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Nigel Bradham flying in and laying the lumber defensively. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Good gains there back-to-back for Houston in the passing game, and another first down. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the gun, Murray. Complete. Jefferson the target. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
The Texans, first down.
They'll run on first down. Dobbins. And now the rookie's free. Touchdown, Houston. J.K. Dobbins with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Texans have once again taken the lead.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Josh Lambo set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. On the return, it's Ted Ginn Jr. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
At the 49-yard line.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. So from the 36 now, first and 10. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Here's Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Will Dissly, the intended receiver, and that'll make it third down. They took their shot for the end zone, almost cost them.
And he made the right play there, knocking it away. But, boy, it looked like he had a chance to come down with the football. And if he does that, this thing is over. Instead, he leaves him out there with another chance.
Flushed out right. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. They're down by 5. They've got to go for it here on 4th down. Throwing now is Jackson. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1.
A yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 23-yard line.
Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this one. Everyone was excited that football was back.
And it was just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day.